That's what this is all about, is prioritizing practicality.
Sheriff, requested assistance with 419 coming to us outside of Iraq. I've been on the job about 3 months till the previous case.
Kill him. So fucking loud.
Hello and welcome to another vlog. This weekend we are going to Phoenix Fan Fusion and I'm really excited, but we have so much to do before we leave. We have not prepared anything. We have not packed anything. Yeah. So let's see how much we can get done today. Hopefully most of it. We still have tomorrow and then we leave Thursday morning. So let's get to work. This is the current state of the office. It's been worse, that's for sure. It's also it's also been better. We use these shoe organizers to store all of our pins. So we need to go through each one and make sure we have enough stock for the show. And if not, we will restock from over here. And then there's also stuff behind there. But we have a lot of restocks for this show, which is exciting. We have some reworked designs. We're gonna have some exclusives. So yeah. This is my least favorite thing to do to prepare for a show, and I usually procrastinate just because it's not difficult. It's just kind of annoying. It's just very tedious, a lot of counting, getting up and down, trying to find things that like you just had and you misplace. So hopefully we can just like lock in, put on like a podcast or TV show and just like get through this within a couple hours. We'll see. We'll see. Look who's at it again. You look like a kaiju, Merlin. You look like a kaiju. Where are you going? He said, this is my starship now.
She's like, where's the Zilla beast? I'm gonna fuck him up.
Beep, beep, beep. Don't even think about it.
Merlin?
No. He's like, give me the big stick.
Can't stand on that.
Merlin.
Merlin.
No.
I can
Merlin.
see it in your eyes. Don't do it.
I'm not gonna do it. I was just thinking about it. I'm not gonna do it. There he goes. He landed on the predator.
Predator?
It's the one spot you should not land on, really. Really? How popular would you say the Ventress is?
Well, now that Tales of the Underworld came out,
Probably more.
probably more.
She's on the other side. She's on the last row. I have 7 here, so give me...
This is empty.
Oh, I think they're over here.
Yeah. You know Rogue One stuff's gonna be weird.
Yeah, Andor's like everyone's obsession. Really. That we found on the WonderCon board from last year. The Leia did really well. The cosplayer.
Yeah?
Yeah, there's only like 5 in here.
Good.
Slay! How's it going?
It's going.
We're almost done.
We're almost done.
We're doing restocks of sold out designs that people have been waiting probably years for. We finally redesigned Fordo and Darth Vader. And then we have the Ghost, Cody, and Tech. Yay!
Light restocks.
Light restocks. And a Merlin! Sir. Sir. Why are you biting your toenails?
It's like, because I'm anxious.
I feel that. You don't mean.
Just see the blizzard. This is not organized. You shouldn't be showing me.
Well, it's
This is
real.
this is madness. Holy shit.
How do you find anything? We don't.
I know where it is.
We don't.
You don't. You don't know where anything is.
Merlin. You just killed Dooku. You just murdered him in cold blood. You cut off both of his hands. And then his head. Like it was nothing. He's like, Anne?
Okay.
Merlin!
Merlin.
Merlin Jack Remus. Merlin Jack Remus. Look at these little babies. Look at these little babies.
Nick? Was you shaking?
That's right, Dad.
Even after all
Hi,
the funny stuff I
little
done to you?
babies.
Why?
It's the next day, and I apologize for not vlogging. I'm not gonna lie, it's just kind of been hard this week. I've been dealing with a lot of medical issues that some I have dealt with my entire life, and some have been more recent issues. So I've been to the doctor like 3 times a week for the past 3 weeks, and it's just taking up most of my time, and I don't feel comfortable vlogging that. So I just wanted to come on here and kind of talk about kind of where I'm at with cosplay, because I absolutely love cosplaying. It brings me so much joy. It's one of my favorite hobbies. However, I cosplay at conventions that I am also working at with my husband, and it can be very emotionally and physically tiring due to the medical issues that I am dealing with. So the main one being that I get chronic migraines, and they're debilitating. It's to the point where I have to just lie down, take my migraine medication, turn off all the lights, have no sound, and just go to sleep or try to sleep. But most of the time I'm just like tossing and turning. I've had migraines since I was 5 years old. Started when I started school, but it was usually only when it was extremely hot. And then in like 2019, I started getting them weekly. So I would have like 4 headache days a week and like 2 migraine days a week, which, like I said, like it's debilitating. I can't do any work. I couldn't do any school work. I couldn't get out of bed. So at that point I had to go to a neurologist, see a specialist. They put me on preventative medication, and it worked pretty well. It took me down from 2 migraines a week to 2, I'd say like a month, 2 or 3 a month, which still sucks, but it's better than what it was. But at the beginning of this year, my medication that I was on for years kind of stopped working as effectively, and I kind of went back to having 4 or 5 headache days a week and, 2 migraine days a week, and it's just completely disrupted my life. It's disrupted my business, my personal life, my marriage. Honestly, it's I can't get out of bed. I can't do the things that I need to do, and it really sucks because I just never feel 100% okay. I always feel sick. I always feel tired, nauseous, low energy, and it's just, I can't live like this anymore. And while we were in Japan, I had a migraine for the entire trip and once we got back. So it was like almost 3 weeks of a migraine. And it really affected my trip. I tried to make the most of it, but I can't sit here and say that it didn't keep me from doing things that I wanted to do or keep me from enjoying it to the fullest, if that makes sense. And at that point I was like, okay, I need to go back to the doctor because this is no longer working. I can't keep pushing back the importance of my health. I just need to go and I need to get this fixed. So obviously it's not as simple as just going to the doctor and getting a magic pill. There's a lot of testing that needs to be done. There's a lot of things that they need to rule out, and there's a lot of new things that we need to try, and all of that takes time. So I've been dealing with that for, like I said, like the past 3 weeks. I'm glad that I'm getting the ball rolling, and my primary was able to give me a new medication that I'm going to try, and then I'm also going to see a neurologist in July. I think like right after San Diego Comic-Con. So with all that being said, it's just been hard to be creative and to do like the silly, fun, extra things in life, because I've just been focused on doing the things that I have to get done with the time and energy that I do have. So unfortunately, that's really pushed back a lot of like the content creation that I usually do, and cosplaying, and like just getting out and doing fun stuff. So it's been really hard, but I know that it's temporary. We're going to find a solution. It's just going to take some time. My migraines are triggered by pretty much everything that happens at a convention, which is heat, dehydration, low blood sugar, not getting enough sleep, and stress, which for anyone who's ever been to a convention or anyone that's exhibited at a convention, it's pretty much a full week nonstop when you're preparing and then exhibiting at a show. So I've been cosplaying for over 10 years now. I've been exhibiting at shows for like maybe 8 of those years. And I love doing both, but it's gotten to the point where I have to put my physical health and well-being first. And cosplaying when you're sick or when you're not feeling good is pretty miserable. And I don't ever want cosplay to feel like a chore or it to be something that stresses me out, because that's absolutely ridiculous. It's me dressing up like my favorite characters and running around a convention with my friends. So it's been hard because the FOMO is so real. I don't want to feel like I'm missing out on the fun or different opportunities or photo shoots, but I just really need to focus on my health right now. So with all that being said, I'm trying to decide if I want to cosplay this weekend. I might do maybe some Disney bounds instead, so not like a full cosplay, but dressing like a character. I think that could be fun, and I can pick pieces that will be more comfortable and good for the heat, because that's something I am worried about with Phoenix. It's the desert, and it's hot as hell. So long story short, now I need to pack my outfits for the convention. I'm not really sure what I want to do. I have like a few ideas. I definitely want to pull pieces from Heroes and Villains because I love them. They make the cutest fandom merch, and it's just always so stylish. So it's like really easy to put together fun looks. But I'm just like, what's the vibe? Do I want to do Dark Side? Do I want to do Rebel? I'm thinking maybe something Bad Batch, maybe Ahsoka. I don't know. I'm excited to pick out outfits. I get in my head too much. Just a girl, okay? Just a girl. Okay, so when I'm in doubt, I go to my cosplay / little Disney bound closet. So I have a lot of options here. One option that immediately jumps out at me is my Queen Amidala dress from her universe. I modeled this for their May the 4th collection last year with Hot Topic, and it's beautiful. I love it. I love a velvet moment. I love that it has like that luxe vibe, but it's obviously for Disney bounding. It's not like a full cosplay. So I'm thinking maybe this. I can wear my little gold like headpiece that I have. And then I just need to figure out shoes, but that shouldn't be too hard. So I think this is a really good first option. Now for the next outfit, I'm thinking something Ahsoka themed, and I probably have the most pieces for outfits to style inspired by her. Just because she's one of my favorite characters, and obviously her universe makes a lot of Ahsoka stuff. I don't blame them. And I also have some fun pieces from Heroes and Villains, some skirts. So I'm thinking maybe one of those skirts, and then I have a few different tops. So I have kind of like a Padawan inspired top, like her younger look. I also have like a solid orange long sleeve that can work for kind of any version. I think it's right here, but I have like a little cropped hoodie that's like a lot more casual from Heroes and Villains. So it kind of just depends on like the era, I guess I want to go for. But let's see what we can do. I have this skirt, which is super cute. It's actually a skirt, but it has like the Leiku design on it, and then it has some like brown patches. It's very comfortable. It won't be too hot, so I think this is a good option. And also from Heroes and Villains, I have this skirt, which is like a wraparound skirt, and it's long, but it is also reversible. So I can either do like her white and blue Leiku or just a full blue look. And because it's a wraparound skirt, you can like style it a bunch of different ways. You can even wear it as like a top or a dress. So this could be a good option, but it is kind of like hot. Like this material, it's not very breathable. It's beautiful, but I don't know if it's good for the heat. So we'll see. I also have a few pairs of pants that can work depending on what I want to do. So I have like these gray leggings. I have these white linen pants, which kind of give like Ahsoka the White vibes. So this could be fun. She's had so many looks over the years that it's like fun to have so many options, but then sometimes it's overwhelming. So I just overthink. I mean, having so many clothes to choose from is absolutely not a problem. I'm indecisive. Okay, now for tops, I have a few options. So I have this red one. It's a long sleeve with like cutouts on the arm, which is super reminiscent of like her Padawan top. So I think this is a strong contender. But I also have this orange one if I just want to do like a solid orange. This could be good. I also have this one, which again, it's going to be too warm. It might be nice in the convention center, but I have this like Ahsoka-inspired cardigan. I found this at Marshall's like 6 or 7 years ago, which I still can't believe. It's I think it's zebra, but it's gray, so it's Ahsoka to me. This is the cropped hoodie from Heroes and Villains that I was talking about. It has the fulcrum sign here, and then it literally says Ahsoka Tano. So if I'm like really want people to know who I'm supposed to be, this is a good option. I have this cardigan from her universe, which again is like the color of her Padawan outfit, and on the sleeves it has the design from her tabard, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I think this one's cute. It is a little bit big on me, so it just depends on like the proportions of everything else that I pick. And then lastly, I have this Ahsoka jacket. This is also from Heroes and Villains, and it's so cute. I love the Arabesh on the back. It's like a little bit more subtle, and the grays and the browns are really cool. There's more Arabesh here, and there's like this belt design, which is really awesome. But again, I think this might be a little too warm, but it is really cute. This is like more of the vibe of when she's like a little bit older, so I'm not sure if that's the direction I'm gonna go in for this outfit. But let's go over our options. Okay, so I tried on the red top with the gray leggings. I don't know if it's gonna be in frame. Very cute. However, it is long sleeves, pants, and then I don't have anything that's giving Ahsoka's like Leiku that isn't a cardigan or like something that would wrap around me as another layer. And I'm already hot in this, so I don't know if this is gonna work. I'm gonna try the Ahsoka skirt with this top, and if it doesn't work, then I'll do the orange. I apologize for like the terrible angle of this. There's a lot going on here and I don't have time to like shove everything out of the way. So I tried on the top with the skirt from Heroes and Villains. I don't know if you can see. It looks cute, kind of like over the top with just like a little bit of the skirt peeking out. I wish it was like a little bit more fitted, so maybe I could add like a belt or something. But it is cute. It does kind of give like the silhouette of her outfit. I could also tuck it in, but that might not work. I don't know. Let me see. And obviously I can like smooth it out and do it better when I actually get ready. But just for the silhouette, let's see. I think I like that better because then you can see more of the skirt and like the details. You can see the bow. Either way is cute, honestly. Okay, I think I like the direction I'm going with this. Now I need to figure out shoes. I swapped out the blue belt that it came with for this brown leather belt, and I think I like it more for this outfit. I think the blue and red was kind of clashing too much and like kind of bunching up here, so I think this looks more sleek. I am not really crazy about this detail being silver and then this being gold and the buttons being gold. And I usually love mixing metals, but I feel like it's not the same vibe. So I'm gonna see if maybe I can remove this zipper. I think it's sewn on separately from this finishing line on the blouse. So if I can remove it, that would be great. And I think I would actually wear this top a lot more. So this is what the seam looks like. So I think if I just cut this red string, the zipper should come off and not affect this because that is sewn on its own. So let's see what happens. Hopefully I don't ruin this blouse. I do have a seam ripper, but I don't know where it is at the moment. So I'm just using a regular pair of scissors, but it's coming off pretty easily. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Thank God. It looks okay. Okay, I was able to take it off. I just need to cut the center part off, which is sewn on like pretty tightly, I guess you would say. Like, I just don't want to make the wrong cut and then just have all of this like unravel. So I just need to figure out how to get this last bit off, and then that'll be like a new shirt. I fixed it. I am so glad. This was a really simple fix. I just had to remove one seam and it came right off. But I think it looks so much cuter. It was like super distracting, but now I think it really goes better with the overall vibe. Now I just need to figure out my shoes and like my bag and my accessories. For shoes, I think I'm gonna go with these chocolate brown combat boots. I wear these all the time and they're super comfortable, so they are great for conventions. And I think it looks really nice tying together with like the belts and the pockets. I just love when things are like subtly intertwined, and I think these will look really cute with her vibe. This is the most insane angle, and it's probably not even gonna show my bags. So, you know, we're trying here. But I have lots of Ahsoka bags. I have this season 7 one, which is really cute, but like it's not the Ahsoka I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Like this is Padawan Ahsoka, and this is like Commander Tano. So I don't know if I'm gonna be like too annoying and be like it doesn't go. Let me see what my other options are. Definitely not Jar Jar. Not Jar Jar. I do have R2-D2, which obviously goes with this. Very much Clone Wars vibes. And I can actually put stuff in here. Like, it can be a good bag for the weekend. And it would also go with my Queen Amidala look, so this could be a good option. I have another season 7 Ahsoka purse. This is a lot of like OT and Imperial stuff. So that's not the vibe. I think this is probably going to be my bag because it's the most practical. And that's what this is all about, is prioritizing practicality. Practicality? I swear I know words. I swear to God, I swear I know them. This is a lot of like backpacks and sling bags and Ida bags, but they're all like OT and Imperial vibes. And then this is another bag that's season 7 Ahsoka. I don't know why I only have season 7. I literally have like this one too from season 7. It's just, I mean, it's top tier. That's why. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna go with the R2. And then for jewelry, I'm gonna keep it really simple with these light blue and gold earrings and this necklace. And I think these are perfect because they kind of mimic the shape of her tabard, and I'm kind of missing that from my outfit. So yeah, I think this is gonna look really pretty. Okay, here is the final look with the jewelry and the accessories. I am so happy with how this turned out. Obviously, it's gonna look a lot cuter once I do like my hair and my makeup, but I'm really happy with this one. Pretty good for last minute. Here is the Queen Amidala dress. I love this one so much. It is pretty warm. It is like made of like a faux velvet, but inside the convention center, it's freezing. So most of the day it's gonna be a little cool, and then I think I'm just gonna bring like a Star Wars t-shirt and like jean shorts and sandals to change into once I'm kind of over being dressed up, just because, like I said, I am pretty concerned about getting a migraine this weekend, and we're trying to avoid that at all cost. So if my health will allow it, I will be Queen Amidala one day. I also have my crown that I made for Star Wars Celebration for my Sailor Naboo cosplay, and it's just perfect. It goes so well with the gold on the front of the dress, and it's just like a really cute little headpiece that like really drives home that it's Padme, and then I added like the little orbs that are like on her skirt. And then I think I'm actually gonna bring these shoes for this dress too, just because she does have brown on this dress. She has like fur, and it just feels off for me to not include some brown in this outfit. So I think I'm gonna bring these, and I might bring some red tights. I don't know if that's gonna be too much, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm probably gonna do like these gold hoops and then no necklace because it's gonna get covered by the dress. That's the complete look. I realized that like half of my head was cut off and like you couldn't see this at all. So here's a better look at the headpiece that I made. And then for the last day, I'm just gonna keep it really casual. Usually by the last day, I wanna wear pajamas, but I'm just gonna wear like a vintage Star Wars t-shirt and probably some like jeans or shorts. Just keep it cute and stylish, but you know, the last day we have to break down too. So to be in cosplay is just like not really the vibe, but let me see what tee I want to do. Okay, so I decided on a few t-shirts, and for those of you that don't know, the biggest part of my Star Wars collection is definitely t-shirts. I have like close to 150 t-shirts that are Star Wars, which is insane. It's too many, but I can't help it. I just love Star Wars clothes so much. So with that being said, here are a few that I picked for this weekend. So this first one is not vintage, but I'm pretty sure this is like early 2000s. It's a New Hope tee printed on this like navy blue, and it has Obi-Wan and Vader pretty prominently, which I think is really sick. So I really like this one. This next one I got from Stance at San Diego Comic-Con last year. I believe this was their exclusive tee, but it's Anakin pod racing. And you guys know I love Anakin, and this just, it's giving desert vibes, you know? So I have to bring it. This next one, I think I got at my last Comic-Con that I went to, and it is an episode 3 reprint. So this is not vintage, unfortunately, but it's sick, and I love the metallic gold. It's like very pretty. And this last one here is from our friends Evergood, and I think they released this like maybe even pre-COVID. So I've had this for a while. It's one of my favorites. This is just one of the most epic moments in all of Star Wars. Vader versus Luke on the Death Star. Doesn't get better than this. So yeah, those are the tees that I picked. I have to have comfy options. I want to have stuff that I can change into at the con, and then also for just like running around Arizona. So I've just been trying to find a balance between rest and work, and honestly it's been hard, but I have a wonderful support system, and I'm really grateful for my friends and family who understand and are like, what do you need? Like anything, well, however we can help you. And my husband is amazing. He gets me, he understands what I need, and he always meets me there to help me. So I'm so grateful for that. I couldn't have gotten through this without them, honestly. But yeah, so hopefully things are looking better and I'll be able to spend more time making content and cosplaying and, you know, running around and being a nerd. But I just wanted to give you guys kind of an update because I kind of just disappeared. Not entirely, but I used to post every single day. And now I post like maybe twice a week. So that's the update. I wish it was like a more exciting, fun update, but just health stuff. So yeah, thank you for everyone who has reached out and sent well wishes and just any advice and all that stuff. Like, it really means the world to me. It's been really hard going through this, but knowing that I'm not alone is what keeps me going. And for anyone out there who is dealing with chronic illness, I'm so sorry. It really sucks.